is the embodiment of preparedness, offering a safety net when life takes an unexpected turn. Welcome to the 10th edition of ETH Insurance Summit. This summit aims to highlight the commitment of Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, that is to enable insurance for all by 2047, where every citizen in India has an appropriate life, health, and property insurance cover. And every enterprise is supported by the appropriate insurance solutions. And also, to make Indian insurance sector globally attractive. So we will begin this summit by inviting on stage our guest of honor, Shri B.C. Patnaik, Member Life, IRDAIA.
Today, if we are to be a civilized society, we cannot be away from the world of insurance. The appreciation for insurance, particularly in India, is lacking to a great extent. Luckily, we have a solid insurance infrastructure in the country. There are very good companies, including reinsurers, there are 70 of them, and all are having solid corporate governance. Everybody has a sizable marketing force also with digital capabilities, technologies, and others. People of the country, they desire insurance, they long for insurance, they love insurance, and they say, yes, we will be happy having the right kind of insurance. But it calls for more of engagement, more of hard work, more commitment, and the vision that, yes, we are there to protect you. That philosophy, once it reverberates in everybody's heart, then I say, yes, all of us will be winners. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Without any further ado, delving right into the next session on the topic of life insurance dialogue, reimagining businesses for the decade ahead.
So Anup, the dramatic penetration rise that everybody is expecting, what are your thoughts in terms of new companies, market entry, or is it somewhere else?
First is generally the per capita should increase. As the per capita increases and financial literacy increases, generally things improve. Second one is the whole issue of, we think about it as distribution, but before distribution, you have to make the products simple, complex, and customer friendly. Because these kind of products are good for the customers. You know, they are understood well, you can communicate easily, and you cannot really missell those products because of complexity. Third is complexity. And so reducing of complexity, both of process as well as policy, is important.
Satish, do you think to reduce the expenses of industry, enough collaboration is happening within the industry?
I think the collaboration is pretty huge, and I think that's where the ecosystem works. So I would rather rely on somebody who does it day in, day out, rather than me building everything myself. So from that perspective, the way we look at it, from a cost management perspective, is not trying to reduce cost that way, but more look at variabilizing it. So the moment I variabilize it, my ability to try out new things also goes up.
Coming to you, Sumit, do you think that employment generation from that variable business is really going to take off?
Actually, it's a no-brainer. I think employment will grow. Employment will grow at the insurance company level. Employment will also grow through the secondary jobs that we create because we employ more people.
InsurTech.
Whether it's agents, whether it's InsurTechs, whether all the service providers that we have across. So I think we will certainly be one of the propellers of employment in this country over the next few years. I don't have any doubt in my mind.
Thank you so very much.
Welcome, Prashant. And my first question to you is, how is technology shaping up Max Life's growth now, and how are you taking it forward?
About 83% of transactions which are taking place in terms of customer queries are resolved digitally. More than 80% of payment of renewal happens on an e-medium. We have come up with many solutions with respect to payment, with respect to queries, with respect to WhatsApp-based solutions which have been created for the customers to deal with Max Life Insurance in a coherent manner. The second area of investment is, of course, distribution. We are a retail large organization, about 20,000 people work in distribution at Max Life Insurance, and we heavily made investment over the last 2 years to onboard the policy, to manage the activity in a digital manner, to run the choreography digitally, and to ensure that the information which is required as well as training which is required for our distribution staff is available at the click of the button. 99.5% of the policies are actually issued digitally at Max Life Insurance. The third one is making the organization intelligent, and there is investment that has gone in the AI space. We are also making investment in generative AI space. Large investments have been made in claims, underwriting, medicals, fraud prevention, and we have created solutions which are artificial intelligence, machine learning enabled to make us better. We are currently making investments in a tool called Sales Genie, where a person can, or the salesperson can ask any question coming from the database of our training content when he is facing the customer, and I'm very hopeful that that will provide solution. The fourth element has been how are we interacting with the ecosystem. We have tons of relationships forged with insurtech players, with our partners, integrations, and that's coming handy in terms of our overall growth. And last but not the least, I think the robustness of our platform is equally important. We have been working on a big project to become cloud enabled. We were at 15% about 3 years ago. We have gone to about 65%, and I'm hopeful that by the time we finish next year, we will be about 90% on cloud.
Change is all around, and there's a new breed of customers who are out there. How is Max Life Insurance gearing up to meet the challenges of this new customer needs?
The first thing is we're listening to the customers in form of service, and we do two very large-scale surveys. Number one, we do a survey which is called India Protection Quotient, where we go to all the large cities, and we've started to go to rural areas also to listen to the customer, understand their needs, and understand how they're feeling with respect to life insurance. I can tell you that we are working continuously to evolve our digital platforms of acquisition as well as servicing based on what we hear from the customers.
Can we discuss more about the retirement preparedness here in India, and what is Max Life doing to take it forward?
Through IRIS, we not only gather the inputs from people, but also go back and try to educate. So, we do campaigns, we go through media, and we communicate that this is a big need, people need to save. The good part is about 75% of the people believe that life insurance is the best vehicle for retirement planning, and in that context, we are quite well placed. So with that, there is a lot of focus that we have put, and we are addressing retirement needs quite comprehensively. On one side, through our non-par designs, which are income-oriented, which can pay over a long period of time. Our annuities, where we provide industry-best rates to our consumers, and where we take the risk onto us to provide annuity services to our customers on one side. And then on the other side, we are also addressing a broader need of pension fund management by being clued in to the NPS network. So it is a collective effort. Over the last 2 years, we have built our teams, and we are reaching out not just to individuals but also to corporates to provide what we call as group annuity. So pension is a big business. We are addressing it comprehensively, and we believe that a coherent effort of private sector as well as government effort will be required to secure Indians from their retirement needs over a long period of time.
Moving on to the next discussion, which is lined up on the topic, the non-life CEO dialogue, Insuring Bharat.
Ensuring Bharat, and how do we really penetrate? But we still see that we are not there where we should be. Anuj, how do you see the market changing now?
The way the regulatory regime is changing, the whole affordability, awareness and distribution paradigm has changed for the insurance company, which for a long time has been kind of stifling for industry to give the products which are more relevant to the customers in the form and fashion that the customer wants. I think general insurance is going to see a completely transformed phase in the times to come.
Thank you very much, all of you.
Let's welcome on stage none other than Mr. Nilesh Sathi, ex-member IRDAI, who will be sharing his insights on ensuring futures, empowering the underprivileged through inclusive life insurance solutions.
One good thing which has been done over the period of time is financial inclusion. We found Government took a lot of steps for financial inclusion. Prime Minister introduced these two schemes, PMJJBY and PMSBY, in 2014. A couple of more things which a regulator also has done is, number one, the Bima Sugam, which they are promoting. Bima Vistar is one more thing. And Bima Wahak is the third thing which is on their radar. So if this is done, then obviously it will help the penetration to go up further. Thank you.
We are now reconvening with our next panel discussion lined up. Over to you, Mr. Ganguly.
Sanjay, what are some of the specific data-related initiatives that you see or that you have undertaken?
The future, more and more, will be depending upon the kind of the data that we capture, kind of algorithms we are able to do it, and how do I completely seamlessly bring a business value? Because the business value that is being generated is a multiplier of the kind of the data that we capture, kind of the algorithms and the technology, and the final is the impact.
Kunal, what are some of the modules or products or components from an Oracle product factory that you think is evolving, and how do you see those changing the game?
Essentially, it's been a company where data has always been at the heart, right, ever since inception. We've always focused around making sure that anything that our customers, especially in the insurance industry, always have the ability to make sure that risk and security are of paramount importance, right? And that's where a lot of solutions, in our industry, financial industry services that we have are essentially geared around just that.
Thank you very much.
As Oracle, we engage with multiple CXOs from insurance companies. And our recommendation is always to look at their business vision and the roadmap they want to create for their organization. Okay, it must be from a multiple perspectives. Maybe today the revenue is X, and in multiple years it becomes 3X, 5X, 10X. So look at it from that perspective, how your growth is planned. Look at from a geographical spread as well. Today you may be operating in India, and later you plan to expand in US or Europe. Plan from that perspective, whether technology will be compliant to those different countries. Look at it from business interest perspective as well. Okay, today the business is in one particular line, and tomorrow you want to expand into multiple business lines. So will your technology decision will be able to help you on different business interests. So once you're able to take that call and design the architecture, then every step which you take has to be in line with the overall architecture you've created for multiple years, right? So what the beauty is, like, we're working with multiple insurance companies where we are helping them out to consolidate their technology, whether it's a policy automation, claim management, their ticketing tools, whether the financial, supply chain, HR, employee engagement cycle. So if you bring all of them together on a single environment, it brings in a plethora of advantage. And that is what we recommend to our customers as well.
We have another conversation lined up on navigating the future of pension funds, sustainability and inclusive planning.
The penetration of private pension fund is really, really low in India. And the bigger challenge is with a lot of unorganized sector and seasonal workforce that we have. So a big gap, but then when you think of a wide gap, it's also a lot of opportunity for us in the next couple of years. How should we think differently about this whole problem of penetration, both from a customer point of view and from the companies that are managing these pension funds?
NPS started in 2004, largely for the central state government employees. And later on, it got opened to the unorganized, and the all-citizen model, the corporate model came in 2009. So it's a fairly new business. All of us sitting here, we know that we are going to retire someday, but none of us want to believe that.
Yeah.
So it's important to understand this fact first, that retirement is inevitable. What we need to do from our perspective, and that's what we are trying a level best, try and create more awareness. Financial planning is unfortunately not taught in any of our schools, colleges.
Yeah.
So we want to drive this mission of Har Ghar Pension, that pension should become a topic of discussion over a coffee at home. What we are doing differently, we have identified cohorts like unorganized sector, like women, and we are focusing to create awareness around that. Because I believe that if a woman of our society is empowered with financial goals, they can change a lot within this
society. So I think if these kind of conversations starts happening on every table, the mission of having a pension society in India is not too far.
Thank you so much.
With this, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our next panel discussion lined up, which is going to be on the topic of the underwriter's dilemma, facilitating better claim settlement.
What we have found is that the dilemma is not with the underwriter, with the customer, whether the claim will be passed or not. Okay, so the underwriter's dilemma, what we have found is that it's become a little more easier now with all AI analytics coming in, with all RPA tools, with other data analytics into place, right? So I would love to have your views on it and understand how is it making life easier for you, thereby to us too.
So if I put it simply, your question would be, is there a role for data analytics and AI in today's world, right? So the answer would be a resounding yes, absolutely right. We being the 10th largest as far as life insurance is concerned, we are growing annually at about 18% year on year. Clearly, this kind of scale cannot be managed through manual controls. And with the way the geographies are changing, customer segments changing, seller behavior, new insurtechs coming in, so certainly the role of data analytics and AI would be of a very high order.
Thank you very much for this. Thank you.
Financial services in general, and that includes life insurance, right? We've been expanding our outreach by leveraging the digital platforms for customer acquisition, for customer engagement, servicing, right? This includes our proprietary websites, mobile apps, working with partner platforms, equipping our agents and making them bionic agents where they're equipped with digital technologies, right? So that's what we are doing to ensure that both the intermediaries as well as the customers are equipped to undertake their transactions digitally. When I speak about digital transactions, it's not just about the hardware, right? Also at the back end, there are a lot of changes which are happening in terms of the architecture that insurance companies are putting in place. This includes, moving some of the infrastructure to the cloud. It includes building APIs so that you can integrate with a lot more partners at the front end. It includes, coming up with offerings such as pre-approved sum assured, having artificial intelligence and machine learning based proprietary algorithms to underwrite policies, and also kind of leveraging the overall India stack, which includes the UID, the DigiLocker, eKYC, UPI payments to streamline customer transactions. So that's been the journey of insurance companies as far as leveraging digital technologies is concerned. And a lot of the push is also coming from the regulator in terms of ensuring that life insurance companies do scale up, digital outreach to consumers all across India. So that's part of the overall vision of insurance for all by 2047 that the regulator has kind of envisioned for the insurance industry. So a CX transformation is underway. This, coupled with a technology transformation over the next couple of years, will clearly ensure that as an insurance company, HDFC Life would have reimagined life insurance, and the standards are the best in industry going forward.
As India embarks on a journey to become one of the world's fastest growing insurance markets in the coming decade, the spotlight shines brightly on the Life Insurance Corporation of India, the nation's largest and oldest insurance provider. With a rich legacy spanning over 6 decades, LIC finds itself at the forefront of an industry poised for rapid expansion, presenting a plethora of opportunities and challenges to meet. As the country's economy continues to grow and income levels rise, there exists a tremendous opportunity for LIC to penetrate deeper into both urban and rural markets, and making the dream of the call, insurance for all, by 2047 definitely possible. LIC of India stands at a critical juncture. By embracing innovation, digital transformation, and strategic partnerships, LIC can reinforce its position as a trusted market leader and drive sustainable growth in the dynamic landscape of Indian insurance.
The regulator chairman IRDA has given the industry the grand vision of ensuring that insurance reaches to all households by 2047. So the entire industry has rallied behind making this vision a grand success. The entire trinity of Bima Sugam, Bima Vahak and Bima Vistar creates a very solid tripod for this grand vision to take off. awareness about insurance is still something that is that requires a lot of work to be done. The insurance industry, insurance companies need to go out, create infrastructure so that awareness about insurance goes. We have to work really at the grassroots level. The other thing is, I think as an industry, I feel that we need to start interacting with the potential customers for their daily needs. The regulatory framework is already, the regulator is supporting us fully to ensure that the insurance penetration increases in the country. The insurance industry needs to work collectively as a cohesive force to ensure that the program awareness increases, and we obviously have to create more simpler products and create more simpler processes to ensure that customers get the right value.
Adoption of technology by insurance is worth noting. Features like big data analysis, deep learning, drones, and the artificial intelligence in claims processing made the rural, missing middle, and the younger youth of the cities to come nearer to the insurance. It is in the hands of the users, and the insurance, the products, services, and all the facilities reach the hands of the user. That is irrespective of the zone, place, or the occupation that the person is employed in. Now, the New India Assurances Company is looking at the cyber risk as the major support system that need to be provided to the nation and also to all the populations. In this regard, we have launched the cyber risk insurance also, which protects the cyber-related threats of the users. Coming to the digital footprints, I can say the New India Assurance is having 63% of its earnings through the digital means on its retail insurance.
The 10th edition of the ETH Insurance Summit will take this opportunity to feature the remarkable life and general insurance companies which have redefined the benchmark in their respective fields through their legacy and efforts in the Indian market. We will be recognizing such brands from pan-India. Our first category is of Smart Insurer. Life Insurance Large goes to Life Insurance Corporation of India. Non-life insurance large goes to HDFC Ergo General Insurance. Non-life insurance compact goes to Universal Sompo. The award for health insurance goes to Care Health Insurance. Moving on to the next category, which is our amiable insurer. Life insurance compact goes to Canara HSBC Life Insurance. Non-life insurance large goes to New India Assurance. Moving on to the next category, which is for the sales champion. Life insurance large goes to ICICI Prudential Life Insurance. Life insurance compact goes to PNB MetLife Insurance. Our next category is for the swift and prompt insurer. Life insurance large goes to Max Life Insurance. Life insurance compact goes to Bharti AXA Life Insurance. Next, award for the health insurance goes to Niva Bupa Health Insurance. That brings us to the close of 10th edition of ETH Insurance Summit 2023.